So, hello everyone. Welcome to EduTap platform, and today we have another topper with us, Mr. Sathish. He managed to clear NABARD Grade A examination in year 2023. Before I talked about him, I introduced him. There's a saying that the success of one person is not celebrated by one person. His success is not only belonging to him, his success is result of many sacrifice made by him and his family, hard work made by him, and joy and support of his family, friends, and colleagues. So, before we move on to his story, I'd like to introduce Mr. Satish. So, he was from agriculture background, and in 2017, he graduated from his college and he started to prepare for UPSC. He prepared for UPSC for 3 years, but in meantime, in 2019, he attempted NABARD Grade A examination. Unfortunately, he missed the NABARD Grade A mains exam, but the amazing thing is, he was able to clear the cutoff for merit. He only failed to clear the sectional cutoff. Then, in 2021, he joined the Canara Bank as an AFO. Then he started preparing for NABARD grade A examination again, and he managed to clear this examination. You might be thinking, okay, this journey seems very smooth. He was from agriculture background, then he joined the banking sector, and then he moved on to NABARD. But let me tell you, there are a lot of things that I have not told you, and you will be learning about those things. You will learn what was his struggle, and let me tell you, his struggle is the one where you will be getting a lot of lesson. So I welcome you, Mr. Satish, and congratulations on clearing this examination.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, thank you.
Right. So first I'll start with very simple thing. When we hear somebody is from agriculture background, the
Yes,
simple
ma'am.
thing comes is कि okay, ARD तो done hai. Now the person will not be worrying about one of the subject that is very important for both phase 1 and phase 2. How much is this true in your case? Was it like you don't have to prepare anything in ARD, or was it like you know, even if you're from agriculture background, you cannot take ARD lightly?
Ma'am, actually, it is not the case because I have graduated in 2019 and there is a gap of 5 years. So, if you are asking anything after that 5 years, so I was in touch with the subject, I was preparing for UPSC, optional subjects, and other things. But if you are saying that if an agriculture graduate can attend without any preparation, then it's not the case. If they are preparing, if they are putting that effort only, they can actually score the mark.
Right. So regardless your agriculture background or not agriculture background, preparation need to be there. Yes, intensity
Yes,
can
ma'am.
be less and more. If somebody is new,
Yes,
he'll
ma'am.
have to prepare more ARD. If somebody is from agriculture background, he or she will have to prepare less of the ARD. So when we are talking about this examination, can you share with me the lowest point that you have faced while you were preparing for this examination?
Ma'am, see, as such, lowest point is not there, madam, because after I started preparing for UPSC, and due to COVID, I came back and I was in home. I'm not able to prepare that much, and I was of the fear that uh, I could not get any job, and the life would go like that only because I had met many people. I prepared in Delhi, and I had met many people who are almost there for 4 or 5 years, and they still did not secure even a job. So I was very worried. And my mother told, you go and prepare for ASO, specialist officer. So then I started preparing for AFO. Then I got that job. So I thought we should not leave that NABARD job. So then again I started preparing, and last year also I wrote mains, and this year I cleared and
Yes, yes, I think
cleared
that
the
is great. So, when we are talking about your journey, you have told me, and I like to share that with everybody, that he comes from a very humble background. And you might think like, okay, that job was necessity for him, but no. His family has been with him through lows and highs. So his parents, of course, and while he was preparing for this examination, and when he, secured the AFO seat, he also get to merit. So effectively, when he was preparing for NABARD Grade A examination, he got merit, and we all know. married life is a busy life. So he had a working life, he had a family to keep with, and he also had to prepare. Then, while he was preparing for NABARD Grade A examination, when the exam notification was out and the whole cycle was going on, he after the examination was done, he was blessed with a son. So in meantime, a new member was joining his family, so he had that kind of concern also. So with everything, you can see his preparation was going on. But yes, it was not like that everything was smooth and very very stable and everything was going in his direction. So you can learn how with different condition you can still prepare if you are dedicated enough. So first I like to ask you that, when we are talking about the parents, I think for
Yes, ma'am.
anybody the parents have the first right in their uh, son or daughter's success. So how throughout your journey your parents have been supportive, your mother and your father? I like to know about both.
Yes. Ma'am, actually, when I got this job, a specialist officer in Canara Bank, my father told that, see, I think no father will tell that, see, you don't go to this job, you just prepare for UPSC, like that he told. But because of my own insecurities, I went for that job.
Mhm.
And as of my mother is concerned, she will always tell that I will work till 45. When I am 45, she will be working. Still, she will be working. So that kind of support they gave me. Ma'am. So they actually supported me throughout the journey. They actually sacrificed so much because of my education. From 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th onwards, so we have cut our TV connection because of our preparation. So sacrifices have been done so much in my family.
Right. So I think everybody can see that whenever you're preparing, if you lack motivation, you can always look at your parents, what they have sacrificed. And then I think you don't need to look outside for the motivation. They will be the force that you want to make them
Yes.
happy. Okay. You want to make them proud, and you will be preparing for this examination with 100% diligence. So when we are talking about your journey, and it was rough also for your wife because you were newly married, right? And
Yes.
usually people have this expectation, okay, we'll go somewhere, okay, we'll have some
Yes.
picnic.
Yes.
And so because you're working at the time of your marriage, you were working, you had a very stable job, very secure job, and at the position that you are, lakhs and lakhs of aspirant want that AFO seat also, and you
Yes.
have
Ma'am. Yes.
already achieved it. So
Yes.
how did your wife's reaction was, and what were her expectation? And lastly, I like to ask you, since your parents and your wife also have gone through a lot, they have struggled with you, and you have now bear the fruit. So, what going ahead, what you'll be doing for them?
Okay. Ma'am, actually, for my wife, actually, after starting preparing, my wife did not ask for going out, madam. She
Hmm.
actually, I would be sitting in this room and I would be preparing, and she would be sitting in that room. And on that time, she is also pregnant.
Hmm.
So she did not go anywhere, and she was with me only. So after
Hmm.
5 months, actually, they have to go to their mother's house, and whenever I am going there, so
Hmm.
she would be with me only. So I would be studying, she would be sitting with me. She could not talk to me also because I am preparing. So she would be sitting idle. She would be seeing the phone and sitting simply with me. So she is a great support now. Yes, ma'am.
Being there with you, looking after you. So she was doing it all. So now, what you're planning, like you will, go somewhere with her, and what you will do for your parents also.
Ma'am, actually, while I'm preparing, I thought of two things that kept me motivated. Actually,
Hmm.
so first thing is my father likes bike very much. So if I'm in this job like SO, then I have to put a loan for buying a bike of like 3 or 4 lakhs bike.
Hmm.
So what I thought is, so that I have to get a job that satisfied without getting any loan. I have to buy a bike for my father, so
Hmm.
that kept me motivated. First thing. Second thing is, see, I am single earning person now. So my
Hmm.
my wife is doing some option trading, but
Hmm.
we cannot predict that one.
Hmm.
She would get profit sometime, loss sometime.
Hmm.
So those is doing good, but we cannot tell that. So
Mm-hmm.
see, if you want to grow a child in a better manner, then money is very important thing. So that two things always came into my mind while preparing. So whenever I am feeling low, I would think of these two things, so I would get motivated.
I think that's a really touching story, and also it's a great motivation that you were not only taking care of your previous generation but coming generation also. And I think if anybody keep these two things in mind, that they'll have to do it for their parents and they'll have to do it for maybe their coming generation and their own future, I think it can be a great pull, and they can get out of any situation they might have, be it financial situation, be it family situation, social situation, anything. So we have talked about your parents, we have talked about your family. Now coming to your friends. So did you have any hobbies that you sacrificed or you kept on hold? Because you have told me you have such one hobby, but I'll not tell that to the aspirants. I'd like you to share that with the aspirants.
Okay. Actually, I had a hobby of watching movie, and during preparation, actually, I stopped watching movies. So I would still watch while eating. So that time also, my wife would say, "You get up and go and study," like that. She would tell. So if you are having any hobby that is if it is of useful to your preparation, then it's okay, but if it is not useful, then you have to stop it for some period, so that afterwards you can watch. So I had kept hold of all those movies released during the preparation, and now I watched all of those movies.
Okay, and what was that movie that you went out to watch with your friends and that, made you realize, ki, okay, you will have to prepare? We
No,
also.
no. Actually, my friend Arun, he told me like watch 12th Fail movie. So it was very emotional. Actually, I cried at the night. Actually, I watched after 11 o'clock only. So it went up to 1:30 or 2. So I cried a lot after watching that movie. So it was before interview, ma'am. So I was watching only that movie. So it was before interview.
Right, right. So when we are talking about this journey of you have your parents' support, you have your wife's support, you have your friends' support. Is there any unsung hero in this journey who have supported you and you have not mentioned it till now?
Ma'am, two persons, madam.
Mm-hmm.
One is my uncle, Pudhi Raja.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, because of him only, I got BSc Agriculture, because
Mm-hmm.
I was that while schooling, I was not good at biology. So
Mm-hmm.
he personally taught me biology. So because of that only, I scored higher marks, and I missed medical. As I already told you, I missed medical, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got agriculture. So because of him only, I'm here. And the another person is my manager, sir. Now he is my manager now in Canara Bank,
Mm-hmm.
Vital Reddy, sir, and my colleagues, all of my colleagues. So they supported very much, and he gave me actually in the busy month of business. So he gave me 1 week of holidays, so that helped me prepare.
Right. I think having that kind of boss also is a great blessing. Some
Yes,
might
ma'am.
have
Yes, ma'am.
this, some might not have this, but
Might
you were
not all.
very,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
yes, you were
Lucky.
very
Yes,
lucky.
I'm very
Yes.
lucky. Yes.
Right. So when we are talking about this journey of yours, see, we have talked about a lot of things, and I think everybody can see now that although from outside it might seem like, okay, he had, AFO done, he had prepared for UPSC, he had good sitting habit, so everything was smooth for them. Now I think everybody have realized everything is not that shiny and that golden on the other side. Everybody have their own struggles that they have to deal with, and they have to conquer them and win this job. Now when we are talking about this, you joined the AFO and you have told me your father said ki, okay, you don't need to actually join it. If you want to
Yes.
keep preparing. Did you felt like, or did you had any regret while you were preparing ki, okay, I should not have joined the job? Because what happened with the working aspirants, they have very limited time, and sometime instead of preparing in that limited time, they felt regret ki, okay, XYZ person, since he's not working, he's fresher, he's studying for 18 hours, 12 hours, 6 hours, maybe like that, and I'm only able to manage maybe 2 hours, maybe 4 hours. Will it be sufficient or not? And then they started to regret ki, okay, I should leave the job, or they are like ki, okay, I might not have joined this job. So what you would like to share in this instead, because you were also at that dilemma, right?
Yes. Actually, my major drawback is insecurity. So the job that I took as an AFO gave me secured feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to fear for anything. So before interview also, some person was asking like my candidates only. He was asking whether you are in fear. No, no, I am not in fear because I already have a job. I already have a good job. So that kind of support it provides. But on the other side, it would give you a lot of pressure because banking sector now are getting a lot of pressure,
Mm-hmm.
and the time constraints are huge. You have to make your own time. See, uh, if you are working in rural branch, then you will come to home at 6:30 or 7. If you are
Mm-hmm.
working in ROs like region office, then it would take like 9 up to 9. They would come to
Mm-hmm.
bank. So if you are able to allocate time for your preparation, that is sacrifice your relations time, everyone's time, then you can succeed.
Okay, so for all the working aspirants, be it the banking sector or be it some other busy or not so busy sector, how would you say your schedule used to look like so that everybody can copy it and somewhat modify it according to their need?
Yes. Actually, 9:30 to 9:45, I would start from home. So
Mm-hmm.
before that, 5 o'clock or 4:30, based on previous day's night, late night or earlier. So I would get up and I would prepare up to 8:30. Then I would start bathing and I would go for bank. So if there is a time in bank also, I would prepare. I would
Mm-hmm.
just allocate an small target so that I would achieve that in bank also. So after 4, there will be no customer interaction so that you can prepare. If you are doing all the work is completed, then you can freely prepare. And then after evening, after coming in the evening also, I would start prepare directly. I will have a cup of coffee and I will start preparing.
Right. So I think everybody can note down that how you will have to allocate the time. Of course, you will have to choose. Like you can, get relaxed and enjoy, sit back, lay in the bed, or you will have to sacrifice few things. You will have to
Yes,
struggle through the job and your personal life, and then you will have to prepare for this examination.
yes, ma'am.
Now, since you have tasted the fruit of this journey, right? So how you would explain to somebody who have not succeeded, now they are aspirant, maybe their first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, so how you would describe the success taste like to you?
Okay. See, madam, this thing was told my father whenever I'm feeling about not getting any job. So this was told my father. See, there is a bamboo called Chinese bamboo, ma'am. So if you are pouring water for 5 or 6 years, it won't grow. So,
Mhm.
but in the seventh year, it would grow to the extent that it has grown for the whole 6 years. So that was the case. If you are preparing again and again, this was I am telling for those aspirants who are giving third, fourth attempt and they are not getting, they are losing their hope. So for them, I am telling. So whatever you are doing, you are pouring the water. So one day, when the result come, you will grow like the bamboo tree. So keep that in mind and prepare.
I think that's a great lesson, and everybody can see how you come from the agriculture and you just incorporate the example of agriculture
No,
in the real life.
actually, this was told by my father. No?
Yeah, yeah, I do understand it.
It's,
It's just a little joke that I'm telling you. Okay.
okay.
So now when we are coming to your journey, right? So you have prepared earlier, and since you cleared the AFO, and if you have cleared the AFO, I have that assumption, maybe anybody or have that assumption that if somebody is not very confident with the quant reasoning English section, then they go for AFO. Otherwise, PO is also an option. So in
Yes,
your
ma'am.
case,
Piyush.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am. Actually, I'm not that much good at mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I followed a thing like if you are having knowledge on all topics in quantitative and reasoning, like
Mm-hmm.
easy to medium level questions, then you can easily clear the cutoff of
Mm-hmm.
SO and NABARD also.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the strategy I followed, and that would be easy for every non-mathematical candidates. So
Right.
if you
So
are
for
good in mathematics, then no need of my advice.
yeah. So I can get it ki if you are preparing for phase one, non-merit section only quant reasoning English, what you can do is you can have prepare selective topic that you feel comfortable with. And since the cutoff is not, it is not getting it is not merit cutoff. So you just have to clear the sectional cutoff and go for it.
Section.
Right. So we have two other section left of phase one non-merit, that is computer and decision making. So they are relatively new to you. So how did you prepare the computer and how did you prepare the decision making? Although decision making might, be coinciding with the ethics that you prepare in the UPSC.
Yes, actually, decision making and current computer awareness, I prepared it from banking institute PDF. Like if you are
Mm-hmm.
having one PDF, then it would be sufficient
Mm-hmm.
to clear, because the cutoff would be like 1 mark or 2 mark in the
Mm-hmm.
DM decision making, and computer awareness it would be like 4 or 5 marks. See, if you are not at all used to computer, like if you are seeing computer for the first time, then the questions would be tough. Like
Mm-hmm.
uh, we would do like control tab. That was the question, like how would you switch the tab in Chrome? So that
Mm-hmm.
would, everyone will know that. So the question will be like you have to clear minimum cutoff, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
So no need to give that much focus, but you have to give some effort so that
Mm-hmm.
you would be separated from those 1 lakh people, those who are giving the exam, and you would be selected to mains.
Right, right. So overall, from the strategy, what I understand is that be selective in the computer and decision
Yes,
making. Prepare certain topic and be confident there. You just need to clear the sectional cutoff. So for whole non-merit section, the mantra is to focus on the sectional cutoff.
but yes,
Yeah. So now coming to the merit section of phase one, we have GA, we have ESI, and we have ARD. So first, I like to ask about the ESI because ESI static was in the case of UPSC aspirant, it happened is कि static if they prepare in the UPSC economics, if they have prepared the ESI
yes,
static become easier, but
easier.
there we have current also, and in GA we also have current. So
Yes,
how did you prepare for the current in current affair for the NABARD examination, since it is not same as the UPSC one?
UPSC. Yes, ma'am. Actually, these two things I prepared from EduTap only, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
See, for current affairs, last 3 months of current affairs is more than sufficient. No need to prepare from starting onwards. So it would be waste of time, because they are specifically giving month and they are asking. So 3 months of current affairs is more than sufficient, and you have to clear only like 5 to 7 marks is sufficient. So if you are focusing more on ESI and ARD, then that would be sufficient for general awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next thing is ESI. So this was wholly I prepared from EduTap only, and prepared schemes from EduTap, and budget, economic survey, everything from EduTap. So I actually, this time there was questions on budget. I think budget.
Mm-hmm.
So last minute when I'm going to the examination hall, I was seeing my notes prepared out of EduTap. I was seeing my notes, so it came directly in the exam. So uh, if you are, I would suggest that if you want to prepare ESI, I would suggest EduTab is a very good material. I'm not promoting. I'm telling from my side, because I had written last year mains also, but
Mm-hmm.
I could not clear because I was doing my own preparation. I
Mm-hmm.
prepared from general, like web material, net,
Mm-hmm.
and everything I prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So they are like you this institute is reducing your time for preparing, so
Mm-hmm.
you make use of that. And for ARD also, if a candidate is non-agriculture, then you can go for EduTab material, that in especially that summary sheet, that is very good. And like flowing question was directly, that wordings were from EduTab now. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
you know or not, I don't know, but I searched from your
Mm-hmm.
material, and it was
Mm-hmm.
exactly the same as they asked from your material. And then ARD, if you had already finished from EduTap, then you can go for Nimra Sunda,
Mm-hmm.
which is an objective book. But if
Mm-hmm.
a non-agriculture candidate, if he is going directly for an objective type question, then it would be very difficult for him to understand.
Right, right. So, when you have also told us about the ARD section. You're from agriculture background, right? So,
Yes.
anybody who is from agriculture background, if they want to clear NABARD grade A and they are preparing for ARD, should they only rely on the material they have, or are there something extra that they'll have to prepare for NABARD grade A examination?
No, ma'am. Material, what I do, oh, no, ma'am. Only that Nemra Sunda is more than sufficient because, see, the posting is generalist post, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So they are not going to ask what is the variety released by which institute or what is
Mm-hmm.
the latest variety. They are not going to ask. They will be
Mm-hmm.
asking basic questions, which
Mm-hmm.
every agriculture graduate, those who have studied in that 4 year,
Mm-hmm.
will be able to attempt. But you have to brush up those things so you can prepare it from Namra Sunda. If you are a non-agriculture graduate, you can refer EduTap
No, no.
holistically. Yeah, they are provided.
We also have allied sciences, right? So in
Yes,
that
ma'am.
regard,
Uh,
I wanted to ask that
yes.
if somebody is from agriculture background, should they not prepare anything uh like beside the material they have prepared in the bachelor's, or
No, no,
should
no,
they?
ma'am. Actually, animal husbandry, fisheries, and forestries, those things will not be covered in agriculture. So it would be covered like first 2 or 3 semesters they would be covering. So that we would forget in the process.
Hmm.
So what you have to do is for that also I referred editor material only fisheries and animal husbandry also I refer editor material only. So you have to focus mainly on major subjects like agronomy,
Hmm.
horticulture, soil science, forestry, and then animal husbandry. These are the things. If you are focusing on these fisheries also, if you
Hmm.
are focusing on these are the things, these they would be asking around these only. They will not ask like uh, other economics, statistics, agriculture
Hmm.
statistics. They
Hmm.
are not asking. So
Right,
these are the
right.
things they will ask.
Right. So if somebody is from agriculture background, they'll have to prepare the allied subject, and
Yes.
it's better that they prepare. So since you have referred to our course, you have told ki EduTap and you are not promoting,
Yes.
you also have given the
Yes.
disclaimer. I like to on a personal level, I'll also like to ask you that, how did you came to know about EduTap and what made you believe ki okay, it is the material that I should refer to.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, in the mid of August only, I came to know about EduTap. Before
Mm-hmm.
that, I don't know. See, my friend she bought an your course, so she gave me one PDF like sample. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought schemes were very good. Like it was arranged.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen in any other institute. So it was arranged. It was having everything that an aspirant should know.
Mm-hmm.
So it inspired me. So then I gone into the course and I prepared it.
All right, all right. So when we are talking about this journey, you told me that you were able to clear phase one like before also in 2019 also
Yes,
and
ma'am.
after
Yes,
that
ma'am.
also. But I'd
Yes, ma'am.
like to ask you one more thing. This time, what have you changed in the preparation of phase two to make sure that yes, you are able to clear phase two examination or the mains of NABARD comfortably?
Actually, what I did was I segregated all those syllabus topic like individually,
Mm-hmm.
and I would type that like if there is an inclusive development topic is there, I would type in that Google browser, and I would type along with that word UPSC, so that you would get all those information. Like any other institute like Drishti
Mm-hmm.
IAS, I am preparing from Drishti IAS.
Mm-hmm.
So that would help you holistically, ma'am. You can like they would give you facts also, and
Mm-hmm.
then importance also, significance also, then challenges in achieving inclusive development, and
Mm-hmm.
then conclusion. What are the government steps? So this way, if you are preparing for each and every topic, then no need to write answer also. No need to type and see also. If you are having that material in your hand, then you can easily clear phase two.
Right, right. So since you were preparing and you were in habit of writing the answer and essay also, but you were in habit of writing. So this time in the examination of NABARD, it's different from UPSC because you will have to type the answer.
Yes.
So how much focus did you put on to the typing the answer and how did you prepare for the typing of the answer in the interface of NABARD?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, there is an app called software called Typing Master in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that would help you. Like, if I'm not I did not go for typing and all. And actually, we are doing banking job only.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that the numbers side, okay, it is done. Like they would say the account number, so we would taka, 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 like that. We would type and we would tell them. But this key side, so we have to prepare. Like. in the free time when I'm in branch, when I completed all my work, I would type and see in my branch systems, and
Mhm.
that helped me. And typing master, that one software is there. It is obviously free only, so you can who are
Refer.
preparing, they can use that.
Yes, yes, yes. So you have told us about the phase one, you have told us about the phase two. So now we have the interview. So interview of NABARD is of 50 marks and it's relevant now. So I'd like to ask you, how were you feeling before going to the interview? How anxious you were, and what kind of question, on what field you got the question in the interview?
Yes, I'm actually after my mains are over. Like every interview, before also I have given SO interview. See,
Mm-hmm.
there will be a gap. Like we have prepared. That's all
Mm-hmm.
things were over. But the main thing is interviewing, because
Mm-hmm.
last year if a person is scoring like last year the cutoff was 124 something. So
Mm-hmm.
if he is go on that minimum cutoff who he has scored in mains, if he is getting the highest mark in interview,
Mm-hmm.
then he would join NABARD. So that gave me an insight that we should get highest mark in NABARD mains.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought of that, and I prepared in each and every aspect. And actually, three aspects I followed. First is personal aspect, like what is your village, what is your district, and
Mm-hmm.
what your parents are doing, what is your nature of your father's job, what your mother is doing, what your wife is doing, what your sister is doing. This, so every kind of thing I prepared.
Mm-hmm.
I asked a question on my own, and I prepared. So this was a type of preparation everyone should do for interview. And then next topic was on my profession, like
Mm-hmm.
how would you assess the loan, how would you give a loan to the farmer, and what type of changes you done in the branch. Like actually this was a question in interview. So every kind of question that would arise, I prepared. And
Mm-hmm.
then NABARD, about NABARD and NABARD annual report, that you have to prepare. I read like 4 or 5 times NABARD annual report. So first time when I'm reading NABARD annual report or NABARD website, I did not understand what they are doing, like refinance. What is refinance? I don't know anything. So
Mm-hmm.
after reading for 4 or 5 times only, so we would understand the process. So what they are doing, what they are actually doing in the field.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to read many times NABARD annual report and NABARD website. Each and every tab you have to read, so
Mm-hmm.
that you can confidently go for the interview. And before interview, I was very anxious, very feared of getting failed in the exam, because I thought of it as a last attempt, because after
Mm-hmm.
that my son would come, I would spend time with him.
Mm-hmm.
So um, I thought of it as a last exam, and I did not get sleep during preparation. So in the
Mm-hmm.
mid of the night, I would get up and I would think of, see what you are going to tell for introduce yourself, or what type of question they will ask, like that. I started preparing, and it was actually worth enough. I think
Right.
sleepless nights were worth enough.
Right. See, I think after you see your name in that list,
Yes,
everything's become ki okay, this was a
everything. Yes,
process.
no.
You don't feel
Yes,
like ki okay, yaar, ye barbaad kar
no,
diya.
no,
I should not
no,
have.
no.
That feeling is gone. I think that's a
Yes,
great deal. Now, I like to ask you one thing. When you saw your name, because you had a great story, and it's not only about you, it's about your family also, it's about your parents, it's about your friend. So you were having that invisible burden, that okay, a lot of expectation, a lot of sacrifice you were carrying, although you were in a comfortable job, so it was not that heavy, but it was heavy. And
yes.
you were also expecting that okay, it is going to be my last attempt, that just like you have told me. So I like to ask one thing. When you come to see your name in that list, or the your roll number in that list, what did you do first, and how was everybody around you reacted?
Actually, I was in the branch like
Mhm.
5 o'clock. It came. The result came on for came at 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
So first I saw that roll number. It was there. So then I went and hugged my manager 2 times,
Mhm.
and then after that, actually it was on CCTV, and I have taken it as a video, so that I have kept it will be at my memory. So
Mhm.
for my memories, I have taken a video of that CCTV footage. And then after that, I called my wife. Actually, she was sleeping, so she did not pick up. And after that, I called my father. Actually, I told him that now your son is a NABARD officer. I told, like he was crying. Literally, he cried. And after that, I called my mother and everyone. I told everyone, everyone. I have actually everyone in my life who had helped me come to this level. I thanked them, everyone,
Hmm.
including my college staffs also.
Hmm.
Those who have given me a strong base, everyone I have thanked.
Right. So I can see from this interaction that you were a very grateful person and you had a very jolly nature also. And I think from this interaction, from this interview, a lot of aspirants can feel that energy that, okay, when I'm going to get selected, I'm also going to do that. I'm going to be this happy also. So it is going to be a great motivation. Lessons are at their own place. Yes, of course, we can learn from your journey. But yes, the joy that you have shared with us, we are very lucky to have you on our platform, and we are very
Yes.
lucky to celebrate your success today. So
Yes.
congratulations again, and I wish you a
Thank you.
great future ahead. I wish you a
Thank you.
great future in NABARD. Now you also have your son also. And
Yes.
one interesting thing that I came to know is, so his wife delivered his son around the time when the result was announced. So it was like,
Offer letter came. Okay, it
yeah,
was
yeah.
offer letter came on that day, same day. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So he got that, double happiness on the same
Yes.
day. So
Yes.
I think that is great. And I wish that happiness to, stay stable and you will have even greater happiness and greater success in life. So thank you so
Okay.
much for being here with us and sharing your
Okay.
story, and giving us this opportunity to celebrate your success today. And for all the future aspirant, I'd like to ask, see this interview, learn the lesson here, but first you will have to congratulate Mr. Satish for both his son and also on his success. So thank you so much, Satish.
Okay. Thank you.
So any
Thank you
last
so much.
tip that you would like to share with the future aspirants who are going to prepare for this exam?
Okay. See, what madam have told, like I have gone through struggle. Okay, I have gone through struggle, but there are some persons who are having so much struggle than me also. But keep
Hmm.
that one thing in mind, like if you are going on a good job, then your generation, like past and future generation, both will be secured. So keep that in mind, and whenever you are feeling low, think of that your father and mother smiling when you got that job, or they are crying in emotion when you got the job. And uh, imagine your children like studying in good school or getting whatever they want, and living in a good society. So these are the things you have to keep in mind while preparing, and think every attempt as a last attempt, so that you would give your 100% and you would clear the exam. And do, especially the major thing I want to tell every candidate is, don't fear, because that was my major drawback. You have to have some little fear because you have to prepare. So that little fear should not overcome your preparation. Like, you should not leave the preparation because of fear. So
Hmm.
that should not be done by the candidates. So that's all.
Right. So, Satish, thank you so much for sharing these
Okay.
great tips
Thank
and
you.
great lessons with the aspirants also. And
Okay.
congratulations again, and thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.